Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the vlog. So I've been hearing quite a few YouTubers talking about how expensive it is to buy cars in Copart and ASM at the moment. And that's something that I've come across myself. So why are cars going for ridiculous prices at Copart and other ASM auctions? Let's figure that out. So in the past week I have been bidding on a number of cars, but they've been going for ridiculous amounts of money, sometimes within £300 or £400 of a good or decent model. So I did a bit of investigation to find out why are prices on auctions so high, or salvage auctions at the moment, why are they so high? And I came across a few articles that may help us to understand what's going on. So I was reading an article from the website Automotive Management, and what it was helping me to appreciate is that because of the coronavirus and because of the shutdown in the motor industry in April, it's caused a massive surge or massive demand for second-hand vehicles. How so? Well, you think a lot of people who perhaps had jobs that came with cars, they have, some of those people have lost their jobs, handed their cars in and have looked for second-hand cars. Then of course there's those who lost their jobs because of the COVID situation and were looking for cheaper vehicles, perhaps to sell their vehicle to get some money back and then buy a cheaper vehicle. That in itself has caused a surge in demand. And the net result it was that in June, when the market reopened, there was a massive surge for second-hand cars, and that surge, according to AM, has been continuing for the last 12 weeks. Now, on average in the UK, second-hand cars account for some 900,000 vehicles each month. So a 7% increase is something like 63,000 additional cars were looked to be purchased during those months. And as a result, second-hand dealers have accordingly put their prices up. So that means that people now look to other means to buy cars, and that could represent the reason why we're seeing in Copart prices of vehicles going higher and higher. In fact, when I've looked at the equivalent car online and I've used Auto Trader to value the vehicles, what I've seen is that you can go in 1 week and the car will be one price. You go and look at that same car a week later and the value has actually gone up, and it's gone up by maybe £100, £200 in just a week, which is phenomenal when you consider that. So that potentially is then having a knock-on effect on cars that are coming into Copart, because people can't get cars cheaper outside of salvage yards. They're now going to buy what they presume are cheaper cars in salvage yards. So and that's having a knock-on effect. Also, Copart had a massive downturn during the peak of the pandemic in terms of salvage cars, because people just weren't going out. They were staying home all day, they were abiding by governmental advice, and they weren't driving their cars. That meant that there was less vehicles on the road. That also meant that there was less cars in Copart, which meant that the cars that were there were sought after by fewer people, and that in itself caused a surge in the rise in cars. They did settle down for a bit, but of course now that the knock-on effect of the second-hand market in having more expensive cars, it means that that surge in prices is still evident. And it's not just Copart where we're seeing that, in other auction houses as well, such as ASM, IAA, I think that's what they are. Exactly the same thing. Car prices are higher, and I've seen that myself. When I've been bidding on vans, I saw a van go the other day on Copart, and it was literally, like I said, a couple of £100 cheaper than buying the equivalent car straight. And this car needed quite a bit, or van needed quite a bit of work doing to it. So yeah, so in the moment we are in silly season, and at the moment the trend doesn't seem to be going down. So yes, car prices are more expensive, but it's reflected in the whole market, the whole second-hand market as well. So interesting times. But let me know what you think. Also, something I wanted to talk to you about. So Copart have released the transportation app that you've probably seen, and I'd like to get some comments from you guys because I'm meeting with Copart on Monday, and I would like to pass on some comments because they've asked me and said, hey, what do your viewers think of the app? So if you've used the app, tell me what you think in the comments down below. So did you like it? Did it make your job easier? Did it make it harder? What don't you like about it? Put it in the app below, or in the comments below rather, and then we'll be able to pass that on. So interesting times at the moment, and yeah, we'll see how those progress. Anyway, glad you've joined us today. Don't forget to subscribe down here if you're just a casual viewer. Click the notification bell so you're notified whenever we release a new video. So hopefully next week we're going to be back on the cars. In fact, we will be back on the cars next week. We're starting off with a service, and then we got a new project. Yes, we have a new project at last, and I'm actually going to pick it up on Monday. I'm going to pick it up on Monday. Makes a change. So you'll see it probably later on during the week. But in the meantime, have a good one, and we'll see you on Monday.